Guys, I don't want to speak too soon, but the Golden State Warriors might have finally figured things out, because the combination of Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and Jonathan Kuminga is providing absolutely everything you could ask for on both ends of the floor.
Beverly using the Embiid screen, takes it all the way, and Green closes in defensively. Kuminga, long strides, reverse jam! Kuminga can fly!
And oh yeah, that 35-year-old point guard who people were calling washed again a few weeks ago is still pretty damn good.
Oh, wild attempt! The circus shot from Curry. Curry shakes off Oubre. Bingo! 1-on-3 right now. That doesn't matter. Steph Curry is a machine.
But before we talk about Steph, because trust me, he has been special recently, averaging 39, 6 and 5 over his last 3 games on typically ridiculous efficiency, the biggest revelation and the reason I'm hopeful the Warriors can go on a run is their new and improved starting lineup, which involves the 3 guys I just mentioned. And it's been beautiful to watch these guys coexist, because over the last 4 games, the combination of Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Jonathan Kuminga have a net rating of 28 in the 76 minutes they've shared the floor together. And we all knew the defense would work, but offensively, it's gone way smoother than anyone could have expected. Just look at this play. JK initially gets the ball at the 3-point line. He drives, draws 2 defenders before kicking it to Dre, who kicks it to Wiggs, who knocks down the 3. And yes, the obvious part of this play is the fact Andrew Wiggins knocked down the 3-pointer, and all 3 of these guys have been good enough from 3-point range to make teams pay when they sag off. But it's not just knocking down 3s, the chemistry goes beyond that. Just look at this play where Draymond gets the ball out top. Kuminga cuts to the rim, and even with Korkmaz right in his face, Dre is able to thread the needle before JK, well, just does that. This is one of many times we've seen Dre feed Kuminga when he gets that mismatch down low, and this is where the Steph effect is present. Draymond himself isn't the biggest threat from outside, but when you have Steph on the floor, the opposition's big is forced to play up on Dre because of the threat of a handoff. Just like on this play, where AD is pushed up a bit further than he otherwise would be because Steph is lurking for a handoff, which allows Dre to find Wiggs, who then drives straight to the rim for the finish. When you combine Steph's shooting threat with Dre's incredible playmaking, it allows Wiggs and JK to play freely, and when they play freely, they can attack the rim consistently. But it's much more than just the offense from this group. Just look at the recent game against Philly. Now, we all know Embiid wasn't at his best, and hopefully he's not too seriously injured, but you saw the advantages of having all 3 of them on the floor when you have a guy like Embiid. They can throw so much pressure at him. Just look here. Beverly brings the ball up the floor. You have Dre and Wiggs guarding the Embiid pick and roll, but just when Beverly goes for the pocket pass, JK helps off his man to disrupt the ball, which leads to a Dubs turnover, but that was a rare bad pass from Draymond. More often than not, when plays like that happen, this is the result.
Kuminga, long strides, reverse jam!
And even on the play in which Embiid got injured, and again, it's unfortunate to see him injured, but it was great weak side defense from JK to get his hands in and poke the ball away before then getting down to feed Steph, who essentially sealed the game. With the game in the balance, the Dubs defensive trio got 3 crucial stops on the 76ers' best player. Meanwhile, the Warriors' best player didn't have the same kind of problems against Philly or the Lakers, because for the people who again said Steph Curry was washed, take a good look at yourself and then take a good look at what he's been doing. Not only is Steph looking like Steph with the ball in his hands, but the chemistry between him and Draymond Green will never be seen again. I can promise you that. Just look at this play, where Steph has the ball out top. He loses the dribble, so he gives it to Dre, and immediately Dre knows what Steph is going to do as he relocates to the corner before knocking down the 3. And look at the little screen from Pods to free up Curry. It's not the only time Pods has made a smart play helping to get Steph a good look. Against the 76ers, he made this fantastic on-the-money pass with Steph fading baseline, setting him up for the three. This is what makes Steph and the Warriors so unique. His off-ball movement is unlike anyone else in NBA history, and it feels like that is only fully optimized when Dre is there to connect with him. And against the Lakers, it was more obvious than ever. On this initial play, Dre has the ball just above the three-point line. Wiggs sets a down screen to free up Steph for the three. A couple of minutes later, it looks like the Warriors are about to run the exact same action, right? No, instead Steph cuts backdoor and is able to finish through Reeves. Or how about this play, which is just flat out ridiculous? Dre and Clay run a pick and roll, and with Vando protecting the paint, Dre immediately knows Steph is free in the corner, so with eyes in the back of his head, he throws the dime to Steph, who makes an incredible shot. And it's not just the synergy between these two, but Steph is back to looking like Steph with the ball in his hands. I mean, who else can do this? He gets the ball on the break. Look at how the defense is covering him. Most normal players would wait for help. Instead, Steph Curry pulls up in the face of three defenders and knocks it down. Or how about this step back jump shot against Oubre, drawing the contact and knocking down the 4-point play. But you know what? I don't think it's a coincidence that Steph is playing the best basketball he's played all year now that he has some legitimate help. Not just the return of Draymond, but Andrew Wiggins has returned as a legitimate basketball player. Yes, Andrew Wiggins might finally be back, averaging 18 and 5 over his last 5 games. And more importantly than him hitting threes, he's actually attacking the rim again. Just look at him on the first play of the game. Get the handoff from Pods before attacking straight into the body of Oubre and getting to the rim. Or how about here where Looney gives the ball up to him? Wiggs utilizes the screen before going between his legs to throw off Embiid and then finishing around him. I'm sorry, but Andrew Wiggins wasn't coming close to pulling off moves like that in the first half of the season, and that's what he needs to consistently do, even if the jump shot isn't falling every game. And then of course, we have to mention the Dubs' new second option in Jonathan Kuminga, who over the last 7 games is averaging 25, 7 and 2 on ridiculous efficiency. And the best part is, it feels like he can get you close to 20 points a night with ease, because how are you stopping this?
Kuminga, the discard and jam!
In addition to the freakish athleticism, he's knocking down his mid-range shots at a really consistent rate. Not doing too much, but just getting to his spots and rising up to knock them down. Or when he has a mismatch in the post, he's more than capable of backing down the defender before then rising up over the top of them. JK also deserves some credit for his rebounding as well, because he was challenged to get better this year, and over this stretch, he's averaging just under 7 boards. Draymond said it best. We had older guys ride our legs for years, so now it's his turn. That's why you draft a young guy like that with the 7th pick, because the roles will reverse, and you're starting to see that. Honestly, there's so much to talk about when it comes to Jonathan Kuminga that I had to make an entire video on his leap, and I would recommend you check that out, because I don't think you'll be disappointed. Either way, have a nice day. Bye.